What is up, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Gabby and my channel specializes in talking about everything that pertains to college and realness. I'm so excited that you clicked this video. We have a lot to talk about, okay? Especially in the midst of this pandemic, Corona has pretty much revolutionized college admissions. The college application process, particularly for the class of 2024, is that what we're at? Yeah, especially for the class of 2024, the application process has never been how it is right now. So this is a really pivotal time. So I'm giving you guys some really important information. Please watch until the end of the video because this is some really important stuff, like top secret. I'm gassing it. This is just some important information that I really would have wanted to know if I were in the class of 2025's position. And beyond that too, because college admissions as we know it are going to be changed. So for today's video, Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to be reading off a list of colleges and universities that have recently changed their standardized testing policy. And when we're talking about standardized testing, we're referencing the ACT and or the SAT. So these institutions have recently changed their policies to make these tests optional. And as you know, everybody loves to ask,
oh, what's your SAT score? What's your ACT score?
As if that's an indicator of your validity as a student or your ability to thrive at an institution, which it isn't because these tests are inherently biased, particularly against minorities and poorer people, but we don't even have to get into that today. So, long story short, I'm going to read off the list of colleges and universities that have recently changed them. There are way more colleges and universities that do not require standardized tests or SAT subject tests, anything of the sort in their applications, but they will still accept it. But Corona has not been the reason why they have changed their policies, but for these colleges, Corona has played a really big role in them either doing this or they're recently starting a new endeavor where they're not going to be requiring standardized testing. And stay tuned for afterwards because we're going to be talking about what I would do if I were in your position, just giving a little bit of advice and potentially more insight to quell the anxieties of a bunch of high schoolers and even college students, because this is a really peculiar time. Nobody really knows what's going on for education. So let's get into it. And I hope you guys like this setup because it's the only place I can really film in my house, because Shein wants to take 87 years with my order. I ordered a backdrop. I ordered a tapestry that was going to be my backdrop. It was going to be so cute. I was waiting for it, but it's been a month and a half and where's my order? Nowhere to be found. But anyways, first things first, we're going to start with colleges and universities that are just waiving their standardized testing requirement for the 2020 to 2021 application cycle. So I have my laptop, my handy dandy laptop right here. Oh my gosh, look at all the stickers. She's so cute. They're kind of significant, kind of cute. Yeah, they mean a lot to me. Okay, so number one, we have Alfred University. Then we have Alma College, Amherst College, Babson College, Barnard College, Baylor University, Bentley University, Boston University, Buena Vista University, Cal State System, which includes all the UC or the University of California schools, whether it's UC Santa Barbara, UC Berkeley, all of them. And actually, the UC system was way ahead of the curve in terms of eliminating the SAT and ACT requirement for their upcoming applicants because they had a unanimous 23-0 vote to abolish that system. And instead, they're going to be developing their own standardized testing system for California residents. So we'll see what that looks like. Then we have California Lutheran University, Carleton College, Case Western Reserve University, Claremont McKenna College, Coastal Carolina University, Colgate University, College of Charleston, Columbia University, Concordia University, Cornell University, Dartmouth College, Drexel University, Gonzaga University, Harvard, Grand Valley State University, Hamilton College, Lafayette College, Loyola Marymount University, Meredith College, Montana University System, Northeastern University, Pomona College, Rensselaer Polytech Institute, Rutgers University, St. Louis University, St. Mary's University, Texas Christian University, Tulane University, the University of Hawaii, the University of Louisville, University of Miami, University of Pennsylvania, University of Richmond, University of Southern California, University of Virginia, UVA-Wise, University of Washington, Vassar College, Villanova University, Virginia Tech, Washington and Lee University, Wellesley College, Williams College. And for Saginaw Valley State University, they are only waiving the SAT and ACT requirements for 2020 to 2021 applicants with at least a 3.0 GPA. So if you have below a 3.0 GPA, you have to still submit your test scores. Okay, now we're going to go into the colleges and universities that will be waiving their SAT and ACT requirement for a 2-year period. So for the 2020 to 2021 application cycle, and then the 2021 to 2022 application cycle. Okay, so the California Institute of Technology, or Caltech, Cooper Union is also doing this for 2 years, Fordham University, Oakland University, Santa Clara University, and Swarthmore College. And finally, in terms of colleges that are doing this for a 3-year period, so up until the 2022-2023 application cycle, we have Century College, Elon University, Rutherford College, Middlebury College, Oberlin College, Rhodes College, Trinity University, Tufts University, University of Connecticut, William and Mary. And I have the Excel sheet with all of the colleges on my screen. That's why I'm reading it like this. I don't usually talk like a robot, y'all. And then colleges and universities that are only waiving this requirement for the fall 2020 admission cycle. So the difference between people who are doing it for the 2020 to 2021 cycle and just fall 2020 admission means that those who are doing it for the latter, fall 2020, it's only applicants who are admitted for that semester. You know, some schools you can get admitted as a student and apply in the 2020 to 2021 application pool, for example, but you get accepted to be a student in the spring or a student in the upcoming summer, which means that you're a 2021 admittee. Is that how you say the word? You were admitted to the class of 2021 because that's when you start technically. So for fall 2020 admission only, Limestone University, Mansfield University, Millersville University, St. Thomas Aquinas University, Westminster College, and then Pepperdine University is waiving the standardized testing requirement for international students for the beginning of the 2020 to 2021 application cycle. Last but not least, we have the colleges and universities which are permanently getting rid of the SAT and ACT requirement. Wow, we love to see it. Other people should follow suit, but you know, we'll just have to wait and see what these colleges do. Also, comment down below the schools that you're looking at or the schools that surprise you most about getting rid of their standardized testing policy, because there have been a couple on this list I'm like, wow, I'm so surprised, as you should. Okay, so Indiana University is permanently getting rid of it, beginning with fall 2020 admission. So is Anderson University, Bethel University, Butler University, College of Worcester, Davidson College, Drury University, McAllister College, Oregon State University, Rochester Institute of Technology, Scripps College, St. Olaf College, University of Oregon, University of San Diego, University of Toledo, and Loyola University in New Orleans. And then last but not least, MIT, which is the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, will no longer accept SAT subject test scores for consideration for admission to the university, beginning with the 2020 to 2021 admission cycle. Okay, lots of changes, lots and lots and lots of changes. What does this mean? People have been talking about how standardized tests are inherently unequal. since the beginning of time, because some people have testing anxiety. Not everybody has the same quality of education across the world to allow them to come into this exam feeling prepared and being able to contextualize the questions that they're being asked, because these tests aren't really a test of intelligence. They're a test of your performance, how you're able to perform under pressure, how you're able to decipher different questions. And a lot of the times, if you don't go to a school that generally has as many resources, you don't have access to test preparation materials or private tutors or anything like that, it is going to be a lot harder for you to crack the code of the test. And some people do believe that these tests are completely objective. I'm not one of those people, but to each their own. I feel like this is a revolutionary step, because Corona has really brought it to the forefront just how much privilege and wealth and just accessibility plays into how well you're able to perform on these exams. Because say for instance you're not able to secure testing waivers, or you may fall into that middle ground where you don't qualify for testing waivers but you can't afford to pay for the test every single time. That may prevent you from taking the exam again and being able to perform to the best of your abilities. And then being at home because of this pandemic and because of social distancing, how are you going to take the test online if you have no internet access, if you don't have a personal laptop, if you don't have space in your home to test quietly without having to care for your siblings or your parents or your guardians? And it assumes that you have a stable home to come home to in the first place, because a lot of students are grappling with houselessness, and there's just so many other social inequities that play into how we're able to make the most of our education. And this pandemic has really just brought that to the forefront. So a lot of exams ended up being canceled. So now colleges are faced with the harsh reality that, wow, a lot of our students probably weren't able to perform to the best of their abilities on this test that doesn't really test their knowledge, but instead tests how good of test takers they are. So they have to go back to the drawing board. And I feel like abolishing these tests is a revolutionary step, especially in midst of a larger revolution that we see going on with the Black Lives Matter movement, because we do want education to be equitable and accessible to people. Like, that's just another way to pipeline certain people into certain lifestyles. And I feel like if we have the power and we have the opportunity to make education a right and not a privilege, or a good education a right and not a privilege, we should hop on it. So what does this mean for you sitting at home wondering, what should I do? If I were in your position and I had already taken the standardized test and I felt comfortable with my score, I would send it in. Especially if you're trying to apply to these more prestigious schools, they generally expect you to submit your examination scores. So I feel like some of them don't want to deter the applicants that they know they would have accepted who generally didn't have the opportunity to take these exams. So I would hop on the opportunity whether or not you are already going to apply for these institutions, because now this big barrier is alleviated. Like, you don't have to worry about the standardized test. And of course, colleges who looked at your standardized test scores so highly are not gonna now suddenly this year turn a blind eye, but you definitely do have more of a chance. And I'm not saying that I fully believe that these admissions officers or whatever are turning a complete blind eye to standardized tests. So if you have the opportunity, or if you feel really comfortable with your score, definitely submit it if you want. But my main piece of advice would be, don't let your SAT and ACT score or lack thereof be the deterrent that stops you from shooting for the stars. I feel like you have absolutely nothing to lose. If you think your SAT score or ACT score is too low, that they won't accept you, why aren't you going to apply in the first place? Because you're literally going to lose nothing. You're just going to get the outcome that you assumed, and that's going to be that. You only have something to gain in this situation. And even though this pandemic has taken so many lives and definitely harmed so many people and just changed life as we know it, there is somewhat of a light in the fact that even though some of these colleges may not have the purest intention and may just be following suit with other universities who are choosing not to require standardized testing, I feel like you should definitely take advantage of this unheard of moment in our educational history and apply far and wide. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that your extracurriculars and your essays honestly hold more weight than your testing scores. Yes, your scores can indicate how well you can plug things into a graphing calculator, or if you even were able to have that, or how well you can figure out these scientific reading questions in less time than you honestly should be given, like on the ACT. But at the end of the day, they're not indicative of your character. They're not indicative of your potential to grow at an institution. They're not indicative of your heart and your capacity to be an amazing and a great scholar. So don't let a itty bitty score hold you back. Make sure that you use the space in your essays and your extracurriculars to really show all of the amazing things that you have to offer. That is the space that you can use to differentiate yourself. Don't depend on these numbers and these broken down benchmarks from standardized tests to get into an institution. These essays, these prompts, they're picking your brain, they're asking you different things to get a greater sense of who you are. Why should we let this individual into our institution? Not why should we let this person who took this test into our institution. So I really encourage everybody, apply anywhere. Even if you think the school is out of your reach, apply, and really think and be intentional about the extracurriculars that you include on your application, as well as the essays, because that is where they spend the most, that's what they spend the most time looking at. Why would you think that they put more emphasis on your test score when they literally look at it for 2 seconds, as opposed to reading through your essays and your profile and the other things like extracurriculars which go into making your application so specific to you? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. So long story short, shoot for the stars, do what you can. I'm rooting for each and every one of you. Please let me know in the comments below which schools you're thinking of applying to, because you better do it. And if you are in college right now, or you are trying to prepare yourself to go to college, I also recommend that you watch my other video, which I will link down below, in which I talk about some things that you could be doing right now to really strengthen your college and or scholarship applications, as well as just to keep you active in your community, to make sure that you are building your resume and also building yourself. Whenever we take on any opportunities, whether they're remote or in person, we are giving ourselves a chance to grow. We're giving ourselves a chance to learn. And even though Corona hit us like a truck, that should not stop all of that. So be sure to watch that video as I give you guys some ideas, tips, and tricks on ways to stay on top of your extracurricular activities so that you can have the strongest applications possible when it comes down to that point. So thank you all so much for watching this video today. I hope that you learned something and got the necessary information that you need and the motivation to apply high, low, far, and wide. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, your score is too low, this and that. Don't do that, because I promise you, you don't want to live your life in regret because you listen to somebody else. Like, who are they? Who are they to you? Not you, so you better apply. Period. That's my philosophy. So many people told me, oh, your score is not within the mid-range, you don't deserve to be here. If I listened to them, I would not be at Princeton right now. If I listened to them, I would not have half the opportunities that I got blessed enough to have. So at the end of the day, don't listen to what other people have to say. Don't let that deter you from doing what you feel like is best for you. And if you think it's applying and you think it's a shot in the dark, shoot. Because you literally have absolutely nothing to lose, I promise you. So yeah, hope y'all have a blessed day. Be sure to check out my other videos on scholarships, specifically my video that talks about tips for your scholarship application. I'll also link that down below because that is transferable to your college applications as well as your scholarship applications. I'm really just here to be a resource for you guys and just keep it real with you about college and everything else in life. So be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. New content coming soon. I hope you guys like this setup because it's the only place I can really film in my house, because Sheen wants to take 87 years with my order. And I ordered a backdrop. I ordered a tapestry that was going to be my backdrop. It was going to be so cute. I was waiting for it. But it's been a month and a half, and where's my order? Nowhere to be found. But anyways, so yeah, I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you soon.